Yeah, and this is Intuitive Tuesdays with Elizabeth Maria. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to put on, you guys know that I love to listen to spiritual rap, and this is a new song by Peachka. I thought that it would be a good way to start the day. It's called Protection. Yeah, I'm back with one more affirmation. This one is all about keeping yourself protected. Hopefully, y'all can hear it as I clear the energy. Let's get it. I'm protected from my head to my toes. If I got it, baby, everybody knows. Thank you. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit. Okay. I'm going to light some sage. Sage helps to clear any energy that you don't want around. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Source Energy. Okay, here we go. For my discussion today, here I'm going to light this candle too. I don't know if you guys can see it, but hey, Jackie, so glad you made it today. Okay, we'll listen to this just for a second longer. Get our protection energy flowing. You might want to move around a little bit. Listen to the protection. I don't fuck with bad vibes. Bad vibes. I ain't scared to tie. Okay, guys, that's my that's my groove. Okay, we're gonna stop this, and then I also have some sound healing queued up, and this is actually a wonderful way to clear energy. FDA just recently approved sound healing to treat cancer. So talk about, an energetic way to rebalance the energy in your body. So today we're talking about hexes, curses, and the evil eye. The devil made me do it. I'm actually wearing my Metallica shirt today. Not that they're evil, but just in commemoration of that time in my life. I actually went and saw Metallica play at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado so many years ago. I love the energy of the band, and yeah, there was a time in my life I actually had a therapist because I always wore black, lots of skulls and stuff, and my therapist, she was like, with the skulls, she kept anytime I'd come, I used to have a bandana that had skulls on it, and she would always comment on, the skulls, and I guess she felt that it was evil energy. I was able to transmute that energy, and I mean, we all have a skull, we all have skeletons, so why be scared of really what's on the inside of us? So that's that. Okay, so let's get into the discussion today. So I wanted to start out, and I'm gonna probably have to put my glasses on because I've got a lot of notes here. Actually, these glasses are a different. They're new, so I'm not 100%. But okay, so the first quote that I wanted to say is the biggest monsters don't lie under your bed, they lie in your head. And what this is speaking to is that a person, a group cannot curse you, cannot send out, I mean, they can send out energy and they can curse you, but you can protect yourself just from believing in your own power, right? And so it's an inside job. It is, I mean, everything is an inside job. Everything. And so the biggest monsters don't lie under the bed. They're in our head. What? And so, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first just talk a little bit about, the idea of hexes, curses, the idea of the devil made me do it. And then I'm going to move into a personal example of dealing with these types of energies. And then I will give a few suggestions if you are someone who feels that you have been cursed or hexed or whatever, how to clear your energy. So, once again, everything is a state of mind. Regardless if you were into woo woo magic, alchemy, or, science, quantum physics shows us, right, that there is an infinite number of possibilities. Always. There is a field, the quantum field, if you will. And it's kind of akin to the Akashic records, the Akashic energy records. It's the same kind of idea that every thought, every, choice, every idea, every interaction that we have had or we could had is energetically in the field, if you will. And then it's up to us in our intention to align with which energies we want to work with. Okay, and so this is the idea that heaven and hell, they're all states of mind. It's internal. I'm going to put this sage behind me because it's kind of getting a little smoky in there. Um, okay, and so what do? We have to learn how to take back our power, right? Because, as Shakespeare said, nothing is good or bad. Our thinking is what makes it so, right? And so, in order to take our power back, it's about shifting the mindset around, any type of energy that does not serve. I am someone who has pretty much moved away from all labels. I was raised in a religion that allowed me to explore different paths. And so, because of that, I spent my formative years very interested in earth based religions such as Wicca, paganism. And I learned a lot from those paths. I do not consider myself a witch, even though, I mean, for like lack of a better term, I am. But I think labels just slow you down and um can create limiting beliefs around your being. And I believe that we are unlimited beings. And so I don't label myself either or. I do know that I am a child of God and that I make the choice every day to work for good, to work to help uplift the collective energy. My work has really gotten me into some pretty dark energies. As a shadow worker, it is my job to go in and to help alchemize this dense energy. And really, it's not, and I really even move away from good or bad. So it's not necessarily bad or even negative energy. It's just a denser energy that you have to navigate through. And so, in order to be able to navigate through these dense energies, and this is, environmental, it could be based on where you're living. If there's a lot of, dense kind of negative habitual patterns all around you that you're seeing, this can lower your own energy. It could be that, someone has intentionally thrown out some negative energy at you, know, excuse me, that if a person throws out negative energy at you, then they are doing it from a place of anger, right? So this is like jealousy, envy, all of these denser vibrational forms that express themselves as emotions, energy in motion, right? And so if someone has taken the time to, throw out a curse or a hex at you, then, they're pretty pissed off for something that they feel was an injustice on them, right? This can also be energy forms that are thrown out as not just anger, envy, jealousy, but also worry. So if you have an environment where people around you, and especially if those people are very strong energetically and you're like an empath and can absorb energy a lot easier, then these are ways that people can, if you allow it. Okay, if you allow it, it is always a choice to receive the energy from someone else. And then so it can be a person, it can be an environment, right? And so what do you do? Well, the first thing that you have to remember is to use your imagination. Okay, imagination is an image in action. What? I just heard that quote and I love it. Imagination is energy in action, right? And so you imagine, it's an image, right? And so you come up with the image. And so if you are in either an environment or dealing with someone that's, throwing shade at you, then you can alchemize that energy by creating your own image and projecting that out through action, projecting it out energetically through action. Um, I suggest that, with alchemizing, so let's say someone, has thrown, some negative energy your way, then you can actually imagine, um, really, maybe the negative energy coming, you could put it into a form like, maybe like someone has shot a bow and arrow of negative energy your way. You can imagine turning that bow and arrow or that arrow into a bouquet of flowers, right? Using your imagination, and then take that bouquet of flowers and then hand it back to the person with love, right? And so being able to create a loving image, and through action, through imagination, you can actually transmute that energy. Okay, and as I go on, I'm going to give an example, and then I'll give you guys some other tools to counter these effects. So but again, you have to now, what I believe, that again, we have a choice. So you can choose to be benevolent with your power, or you can choose to be malevolent with your power. It is a choice, because we are our own God and devil. It resides inside us. Okay. And so through intention, we will align with whatever energy we want to work with. And no, I mean, there's nothing wrong with either path. They are both viable expressions of God energy. You just have to decide how you want to live your life. I will say that for those of you who, want to, or think that for some reason, I don't know why, that you would, it's hard for me to understand why you'd want to throw shade at people, but just know that, the light, we've already won. And so everything that we're seeing in the material realm right now is residue of past energies playing out right now. And so, whoever's on the dark side, man, you guys are like crumbling right now. And so that also means that the powers are dissipating. And there's a term, it's like it will come back to you threefold. And so this is more true than ever nowadays, that if you put out and again, lack for better terms, like bad, negative, dense energy to hurt or to harm someone else, then that energy is going to come back to you threefold, right? It's like karmic retribution, whatever. And so, really go in deep, and again, without self judgment, as to why you would feel the need to harm someone else. Okay. um and I always say that with love and light, because again, I believe that everyone is on a path of God, right? That we are all expressions of God energy. And so even the demons, right, are an expression of God energy. And so I always say, just love those little demons, love them anyways, okay? And that's a way, again, to transmute the energy. And to love yourself through it. Okay. I did also want to mention, I know this is a real big buzz out in the spiritual community, that spelling is a magical language, okay? And so, or English is a magic language, and spelling is the way that we, literally cast spells through intention. And so, be very cognizant of the language that you are using towards others. So if you're like, oh, I hate that person, because, and if you think it, and again, three times, right, then it energetically will begin to come through. I mean, if you think to yourself, I am awesome, I am awesome, I am awesome. By the third time, you're starting to feel that, right? You're feeling that awesomeness. Well, the same is true for the opposite, right? That, and I'm not going to even go in there. But yeah, and so this is, spelling, it's a way to set your intentions through words. And that is why words are so powerful. But again, dark magic, black magic, evil eye, hex, curse, I will say it over and over again, it can only affect you if you allow it. Okay? If you allow it. And so I want to go in to an example of the first time that I consciously made the choice to protect myself up against some dark energy. And this is a super, I've actually thought about eventually like collecting stories about supernatural occurrences, because I've experienced a lot, especially in the last couple years of my spiritual awakening. I mean, we're talking, fairies and Bigfoot and demons. Oh my, and so this story, I was very. This was early on in my spirit, and in the accelerated part of my spiritual awakening. I just have to have a shout out for my lemon drink. I love this drink. It's just pure lemon juice, a little bit of cayenne pepper, wonderful for the circulatory system, and maple syrup. Mm. And this is like my favorite drink ever, and I drink them all the time. Anyways, okay, so I was really kind of new on my journey, and I was at a friend of mine's cabin, and she had already gone to sleep, and I was out sitting in the hot tub. I was listening to some music, And um and I was sitting there, and it was pretty dark. There were some lights on, um and just really, kind of getting into my groove and everything, enjoying the water. And I it was like it was a very, I mean, just crazy, like, energy shift. I felt it was almost like time slowed down, and I remember looking around like something was happening. I felt that there was something there. And I even called out, hello? Like, is there someone here? And no one responded. And so I started getting really, really, nervous and freaked out. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I mean, it's like the beginning of a fucking horror movie, right? you know so here I am, like, sitting in this hot tub, and I'm just like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. And then I look back up, and I feel and I see this entity. Now, this was a two-dimensional, so it was flat. This was a two-dimensional entity. He kind of looked like, God, I can't remember the name. I think there was a movie about, like, the Shadow Man, or like the long-legged man. I don't know. But he was wearing a top hat, and he was totally flat. And my heart, I mean, when I saw this entity, my heart just started beating so fast. However, I had recently been listening a lot to Elizabeth April, and I remembered that she had talked about how to protect yourself when you are, yes, the Slender Man, yes, but he was, like, flat and just, like, staring at me from a corner. It was the most fucked up thing. I'm like, one of them that I've ever experienced. And so I remembered her protection. And so I started saying out loud, I am a child of God. I work for the light. You have no power here. I send you nothing but love. I am a child of God. I work for the light. You have no power here. I work for love. I send you love. I mean you no harm. I am a child of God. I work for the light. And I said it over and over and over again, as I, like, slowly got the fuck out of that hot tub, put my towel on me. And the whole time, I'm just like, I'm a child of God. I work for the light. I send you love. I'm a child of God. I work for the light. I send you love. And as I was getting out of the hot tub, I imagined, remember, that is image in action. I imagined a protection shield, just a, like, white, kind of clear light of protection all around me, as I was chanting, I'm a child of God. I work for the light. I am here in love. I send you love. Right. And I was able to get, and I mean, this was the first time that I had been up against an entity that I could see. And I was nervous all the way through it. I mean, my heart, I was, like, physically shaking, but I just kept on. And I knew that I had my protection bubble. And I just kept on sending the Slender Man, the flat man. I call him the flat man. I just kept on sending him love and light. I just kept on sending him love and light, love and light, love and light, love and light, love and light. And I was able to get inside, and that energy dissipated. And I have never been visited by him again. So I believe that, one, my protection bubble, and two, sending out through imagination, through that image and action, that I am a child of God. And any negative, funky energy, right, cannot harm me, because I am powerful. I hold the energy, right, in me. And so it is a choice. It is a choice. What this is now what I tell my kids to say when they have bad dreams. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I mean, you can, again, the idea of the biggest monsters don't lie under your bed, they lie in your head, right? And so, if an energetic entity, is imagined on the exterior, then you on the, interior can transmute that energy by sending them love. And also, Jackie, you just also reminded me to always say thank you to these energies. Even though that situation was so, I mean, guys, like, I mean, straight up, like, I was like, what kind of fucking horror movie am I in? I mean, this shit freaked me out, right? But even through that, I was able to do the protection, to do the positive chance. And what that taught me through that experience is that nothing, right? I choose. It's my power. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can harm me unless I allow it. And so I thanked that flat man for the lesson to really learn and use my power for the first time in a very intentional way. And not that I want to come up against like any more flat men or like dark fallen angels or anything, but I now know how to protect myself through it, right? Okay, so I wanted to touch a little bit on this idea again of the mind and the idea of the nocebo effect. Okay, so the nocebo effect is the opposite of the placebo effect. So, what it does is it describes a situation where a negative outcome occurs due to a belief that the intervention will cause harm. And so the placebo effect is, that something good is going to come out. You hear it a lot within like the medical industry, right? I think that and actually in the medical industry, I think the statistics are like it's over, like placebo effect is over 50% of all patients recovering. Okay. I mean, that is a huge number. Okay. And so the same is true for the nocebo effect, right? And so again, it is all about the mind. Nothing on the exterior can hurt you unless you allow it, right? And we have contracts with different situations in our life or entities or things that we're going to come up against, and a lot of times, I mean, all the time, right? It is for our own edification, right? It is. And again, that's why after that experience, I thanked the entity because all energies that come to you, good, bad, indifferent, whatever, it is for your own evolution to be, it's like the saying, if it doesn't kill you, it just makes you stronger, kind of thing, right? And so knowing that and really learning how to tap into your unlimited potential, your unlimited power, you can protect yourself. Okay, I wanted to just give you guys now, if you are someone who feels that you are being attacked from outside forces, and the reason why I decided to talk about this today is I've seen, a lot of videos. I mean, I'm definitely like a YouTuber, and I do YouTube like all day, every day, and I've been hearing a lot from the light worker community that we're being attacked right now energetically by the dark side. Now, like I said, one, I believe that the light has already won, and the dark side, everything that we're seeing is residue from the past. Okay, and so it will dissipate. So just hold on to your horses. But let me see. I think I just Yeah, okay. So that was my reasoning for beginning to, kind of get my own refreshers and research this topic for today, was that I'm seeing out in the spiritual community that there's a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of people thinking that they are getting attacked by outside forces. And I am here to say that that is not the case. That is, you know, yes, I mean, and it's, and I was thinking about this earlier. Yes, there are dark forces at play. There are people that are going to throw shade, that are going to try to, detour you on your path, right? Throw out distractions and whatnot. But ultimately, again, it is your choice. It is your choice. So if you, focus on good intention, right, then you can begin to dissipate, yes, those energies. And it doesn't matter what kind of, dark, funky shit is thrown at you. You can walk straight through it and you can give it back to them, right? You can repel the energy, you can mirror it back, or my favorite way, you can transform it, you can alchemize that energy, because honestly, like, my heart doesn't want to throw any shade even at people that are throwing shade at me. And so I'll take that shade, I'll transform it, and then I give it back to them in love. Here you go, here's your dark funky thoughts, now they're just a bed of roses. How about that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm really big into, there's really two, or I'll say three, like three main ways that I protect my energy from, any of these dark magic. The first way is through water magic. And know that magic is an influence, okay? It is not black or white, right? It is an influence. You're putting out an energetic influence. And so with water, and I'll use my lemonade drink as an example, you can actually influence your energy, your water, by talking to it. And so I can say, "Hey, water, I love you. You are divinely protected by love and light, and you are here to nourish my mind, body, and spirit," right? Mm, mm. And then drink it, and you're all good, right? So water magic, you can use, a glass. I love taking either really hot showers or a hot bath. And you can literally wash the negative energy away, right? So you get in the bath. I mean, you can always put some Epsom salt, some sea salt. Sea salt is a wonderful protection, and I'll tell you guys another spell that you can use with sea salt. But you can put a little bit in. It helps to neutralize energy, okay. And then, you can put in some essential oils. Rosemary is a really good one for helping to repel and or to mirror back, or transmute any kind of negative energy. um, Eucalyptus is also a good one. You can put that in the bath and you get in, and I call them intention baths. And, water is powerful, guys. And so you get in the water and, you just love your body. I'm really big into self touch, like, just tapping or rubbing the different parts of my body, telling them that they are loved, they're protected. I'm a child of God. I work for the light. And I'll, talk to the energy. If there's any funky energy, you need to go. I got the lessons. Thank you. It's time for you to go. Right. So you can get in, you can, take a bath, an intention bath to clear the energy. You can also, like I said, literally just take water, talk to it, and drink it. This is protection water, right? Because the energy of your words. But the thing is that you have to believe it. Okay. Just like the only way that someone can energetically curse you is if you believe that they can. And that kind of energy really comes from a victim mentality. thinking that something on the exterior can harm you. And so, the more that you work on raising your own energy, one, the less likely you are to come, to, I guess, be bombarded with these kind of denser energies, one. And then, it's like you create your own kind of protection bubble through, raising your own vibe. And of course, you do that, just by cleansing your vessel, right? Eating healthy, go easy, if you like to drink or whatever, just, you know, go easy on that stuff. Find balance, right? Because it does affect your body. Um, hmm. Okay, so magic cleansing bath. Another spell that you can do, or just like setting, like a spell to me is like setting energetic intention. You can you can actually take salt in a bowl, right? I mean, sometimes, you can do it on a full moon or a new moon or whatever, because that's a big energy force, and literally walk around your house. I do it on the outside of my house, like where, I mean, and honestly, I do a lot of traveling. So wherever I'm at, I do this, maybe like once a month or something, but I will walk around the property with a bowl of salt and sprinkle it as I'm walking. I mean, I do this with my daughter. Like, it's like she literally was raised with me casting intention spells to protect our property. Um, but you just put the salt around, and then you can say, and I always speak out loud. I mean, and you've really got to get over people, neighbors, whatever, thinking that you're cray cray. You just do it anyways. I mean, usually I do it at night. But I walk around and I'll just say, protect this house, protect this space, protect this house, protect this space. And you can basically do whatever you can say whatever you want that resonates with you, but that's the main thing. And salt is a great neutralizer of energy. Okay, let me see. So there's the water magic, the salt, and I did talk about the protection bubble, and that is an energetic force field that you can imagine or remember. Image in action. You can imagine a protection bubble all around you. And then, let's see, I guess that's the fourth way. And then we'll move on to the energy reading for today. So I think the fourth thing that you can do is, and this one of my friends up in Boston taught me this. Shout out to Tara. Um, is another great neutralizer of energy is rice. And so you can put a bowl of rice at your front door, okay? And that will help propel any negative energy from coming into your house. Oh, and I guess this is five. I'm like, I'm gonna give you three ways. I'm just gonna keep on going. One more way, and this is really huge. Don't put a welcome mat outside of your door. So if you have a mat that says welcome, you are bringing in, I mean, all the good, but you're also bringing in all the funky funk. And so get rid of, any mass, because you don't want to welcome, the dense, dark, negative forces, right? And so get rid of them. Get a mat with just some flowers on it or something, okay? Okay. And so I believe that I covered all my bases today. And so just remember that you are a child of God. If you're watching this, then you are someone who is intentionally working for the light to bring in love and light in the world. And so you were already protected because of that beautiful, pure heart. Tap into your power. Know that none of that funky funk energy can affect you unless you allow it. This is all about mind mastery, guys. Remember to breathe and love, 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 Love is like, and I don't even want to call it a secret weapon. It's love is, and love dissipates evil. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna do a sound healing clearing of the cards, kind of get us into whew, kind of the segue frame into a new section. Thank you, God. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Source, for allowing me to be a vessel today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's always power in the number three, so I always do that chime 3 times. Let's get in. So, as y'all know, I use my tarot cards. I've been playing with tarot since I was in middle school. I use it as an energetic way to connect to the energy that we are experiencing, right? This is not a fortune telling, modality. At least for me, it's not. It's about connecting to where we're at, and it can also give us suggestions. If we are aligned with the energy where we're currently at, then these are some possibilities. But remember that we live we live in a sea of endless possibilities. So even, if you do a reading and they say, something is going to happen in the future, I mean, you can override anything. Okay, guys, because our minds are that mind, body, spirit is that powerful. Ah, but what I do is I pick 3 cards. The first card is going to kind of be energetically where we're, kind of moving through right now. The second card is, our energy in this moment. And then the third card is going to be, kind of future energies, if again we stay aligned to this specific energy. And it can also give us some advice about what to do. Let me get my book. The way that I do this is I will start with a reading. What do I do with my glasses? Okay, and then I'll just allow my own intuition to kind of whatever needs to be said will be said. Okay. Okay. What do you say? Yeah, really? Yeah. What about a welcome mat inside of the house? No, get rid of it. Yes. Get rid of those welcome mats. Yes. Because you don't want to welcome in funky energy. Um, you know, that's just, I honestly, in this last year, like I've gotten rid of like probably 3 or 4 different welcome mats. I've even gone over to a friend's house and I'm like, oh no, you need to get rid of that mat. And they do. Okay. Okay. So we got some beautiful cards today. Wow. Okay. Wow. Very interesting. Let's see. So the first card, let me get here in the okay. The first card that we have today is the King of Pentacles. This is a generous man. This is connected to the solar plexus and base chakra for wisdom and security. Okay, so this is a visionary man with a plan, a king who works hard for rewards and is usually well off. He is reliable and generous and offers practical support, security. And I want to say that, even though it's the king, I mean, this is about divine masculine energy. So this could be, and usually, this is like the king, queen, cards are about an actual person, but this could also be an energy that I'll touch on in a minute. And so this is all about security, okay, and being in a, secure, settled relationship. This is an energy of the protector, right? And he has very firm boundaries. He will not tolerate those looking to take what is his. His ideal vocations include property and building, business, accounting, or any work that is number based. as well as agriculture or land management. Very interesting. So here are some additional meanings. So this is a card that is, letting us know that we need to make the most of the assets that we have. This is a very practical minded card. Okay. So if you are someone that is navigating finances right now, this is about making actually it didn't see. Okay. As an influence, financial and property matters. This is about seeing improvement. This is about you and correct itself. Okay, awesome, awesome. Someone was leaving me a freaking voicemail. I don't know how to do that, like to turn off my phone when I'm doing these lives. Anyways, okay. So let me see. The King of Pentacles also predicts conflicts that will be resolved. In relationships, he offers security and loyalty. Okay, very interesting. And it says here that if two or more kings fall close together, in a reading, the meaning is as follows: two kings means a good partnership. Okay. And I believe that is important for this reading because our second card is, hold it, hold it, hold it. Our second card, oh, shoot, that was too long of a hold it. I have to get there in the book. Oh, shoot. Okay, our second card is the King of Wands. So two kings together. Okay, so then this is also an energy, a masculine, divine masculine energy. The King of Wands means an honorable man. This is connected to the chakra, the sacral, the throat, and the third eye for creativity, communication, and insight. Yes, the best partnership. And Jackie, I love that you're watching this because I think this is about us tapping into that divine masculine energy. Um, as a U card, be your free spirit. Okay, this is a man of the world. This is a traveler. This is someone that wants to experience many cultures and countries. Talkative, energetic. Um, Ideal vocations can be business and management, communication, marketing, travel, acting, any other roles that depend on self motivation and individuality, right? So, for all you entrepreneurs out there, it's awesome. Oh, yay! I love it. Three, three, three. Oh, just as a side note, when I checked my TikTok today to see like how many people had looked at my ad, it was 222. And I love that. I love it so much. Thank you, numbers. I believe that the numbers are really, it's one of the layers between the ethereal and the material world. Um, Okay, so as an influence, this is the right time to express your ideas and be the individual you are. Be who you are. Look at this, all fogged up. I get like so into these. I'm gonna put these on my little lion stuffed animal that I have back there. Maybe I'll show it to y'all in a second. Yeah, so this is an energy of like the entrepreneurial spirit again. Make a plan, and what you propose will be received. The practical support you need will be there. But you need to be someone that initiates this energy. What you do now is going to reflect your truth. So don't be a perfectionist, okay? I feel like this card is speaking to me. I'm definitely a recovering perfectionist. Don't be a perfectionist. Don't let that energy of perfectionism get in the way of your creativity, okay? What you do in this moment is good enough. I mean, it's better than good enough. It is divinely inspired. So wonderful. The King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So beautiful. Now, this is an interesting card to end with. Um, and it is the Tower reversed. Okay. And so this is again, energy that we're coming into. And um but again, we are, as energetic beings, we can override whatever. So, but when the tower is reversed, you may find yourself taking responsibility even when you're blameless, right? And so this is an energy of, okay, someone might be coming at you and you're just like, whatever, I don't want to argue. So yeah, sure, you're right. Like whatever you need to believe to make yourself happy, okay? Right? It can also show that you have held on to a career project or a relationship that is not strong enough to stand the test of time, okay? And so I believe that this is again, an advice card as well, the third card. And so, the reverse tower is saying, this is more of needing to walk away from what isn't working, even if, I mean, especially, places is a little easier, but people is one of the hardest things in the world to walk away from, a relationship that is just, it's just no longer, it's kind of just at a stalemate, okay? If you have clung to the past to protect yourself from reality, then your fears may materialize. And so, whatever you experienced in the past does not define you. Okay. All the power, all the energy, everything is now. Everything is now. And so if you're going back to the past to be like, well, history says, or well, like whatever, then all you're going to do is just perpetuate more of the past, right? So stay in the now and be, hopefully optimistic for the future. The tower's collapse is inevitable. So do not feel responsible for forces outside your control. I mean, just pretty much shit happens. Its impact is sudden. It's the tower. And it's dramatic, right? And so you will know very soon exactly where you stand in the situation that you're in. So if you're someone that's dealing, and this is seems specific with a relationship, and this could be relationship with someone else, this could be a relationship, with career, especially with two kings by side like that. This could also be, a relationship with environment. I'm really feeling like it's person here, but who you are, the power that you have. You know that you got to walk away from the situation. So do it, because look, I mean, King of Pentacles energy. I mean, you've got everything, everything that you need. You are good enough now, right? And I mean, the tower is just basically, I like to think of the tower as almost like the idea of dos machina, which is the hand of God, right? And so it's gonna happen. You're going to move forward. It's just, a matter of, do you want to skip away merrily or do you want to get drugged? Right? It is up to you. Okay, we're gonna end this rather long Intuitive Tuesdays with a angel card message. I always use Kyle Gray. I love him. I think he's a British. He's a Brit. I use his angel cards. I love the energy of this deck. I love connecting to my beautiful guardian angels. My mom used to joke and say, "You must have like literally an army of angels," and she's definitely right. Oh, so thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit. Let's see what we got for today. Ooh, this is a big one. And, for anyone that is in the midst of, huge transformation, and I know I am, and I know that we all are right now collectively. This is a wonderful reminder for us to, go within and really, really, really listen to our inner voice. Listen deeply. Angels are sending you guidance and inspiration through your powerful and resonant inner voice. Be ready to listen to that voice now. So tap into that intuition, follow your heart, listen to that gut. The gut says, "Oh, heck no." The heart says, "Ah, let me lead the way," right? Listen to yourself. If you aren't able to hear yourself, you're blocking your connection with the information. Go in to that still small voice. We all have the power. We all have that intuition. It is just about tapping into it and believing it. If you've been ignoring or avoiding dealing with something you feel that you've had to do for a long time, your angels are encouraging you to stop, listen to yourself, and do it now. Your expansion and growth depend on it. If you have received challenging information recently about your life from any source, and you were unsure whether to believe it or not, this card assures you that it is pivotal to the unfolding of your freedom and joy. So listen deeply. Listen. And know that you are powerful and deserving and worthy exactly as you are in this moment. So, guys, love yourself. I'll do the same. Keep on keeping on. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, my name is Elizabeth Maria. My company is Elizabeth Maria Unlimited because there is always an infinite number of possibilities. You can check me out, send me an email, whatever, and all. I have a ton of freaking platforms. So find me out. Again, Elizabeth Maria Unlimited. I come every Tuesday at 4:44 for a live YouTube Intuitive Tuesdays, tapping into your energy, your intuition. And I'm now on Spotify every Saturday night at 11:11 for Sex, Drugs, and Spirituality podcast with my amazing spiritual bestie, Jackie Lyon. So check us out there on Spotify, 11:11, as we navigate and unveil the shadow side of our reality. Thank you guys so much. In love and light always. Bye.